Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of when new videos arrive. Well, it's been a doozy of a week. It really has. The election is a week over, and we are now fighting for our lives. And what I mean by that is that everybody has their opinion, and they're fighting for that opinion. You have the people that are Trump supporters. You have the people that are Biden supporters. You have the people that are pro-Democrat and pro-Republican. You have a lot of people on the internet that are prophesying that God showed them the way. Well, I'm going to show you something. Well, actually, I'm going to tell you something. I can't really show it to you because I don't remember the exact episode. But this was several years ago because Seinfeld is no longer on the air. But there was an episode that I watched, and for those of you who have seen this, you know what I'm talking about. But toward the end of the episode, Jerry is taking Kramer to his storage locker because Jerry had rented out part of his storage locker to Kramer. And Kramer said, well, that was too much storage locker, so I rented part of it out to Newman. What happened was when Jerry opened up the storage locker, guess what they saw? Newman had stored all of his undelivered mail bags and put them into that storage locker. Now, I could stretch it and say, oh, that was a prophecy about the 2020 elections and undelivered mail. I could say that, but I'm not going to. Why? Because it's just a coincidence. Now, there's a lot of things that are going on, and people, I get it, when you are in love with something, or you want something so badly, or you care about something so much, sometimes we will do things that we shouldn't. Like, I'm not pro-Democrat and I'm not pro-Republican. I am pro whoever can do the job should be allowed to do the job. I also do not discourage the idea that God could have his pick, that God could say, oh, I want Biden, or oh, I want Trump. Yes, Trump is rough around the edges. Trump is very vile and he's very un-American to a point, but he's doing my word. Just like he told King David. When King David was talked about, God said, yes, King David has many concubines. He has committed adultery. He has even murdered. Well, I'm not going to say murdered. He's killed people. But through all of that, David is still a man after my own heart. That's what God said about David. Now, it is very possible that he could be saying that about Donald Trump, and I'm just not seeing that. And the reason I'm not seeing it is because I don't see Donald Trump wanting to be president. I was watching everything and paying close attention to what happened. I was not overwhelmed by what was going on to the point where I couldn't figure out where I was at. Every turnaround, Trump gave me the impression that he did not want to be president, and he was doing the very best he could to make sure people did not vote for him. But it backfired. Sometimes the more horrible you become, the more people want you. And even now, if this is a ploy by Trump to make sure that he does not get reelected in the future, because if Joe Biden is the actual winner, everybody says he is because he's gotten the Electoral College, but I guess each state has to come out and say, yes, Biden is the winner. And if he does say that, Donald Trump is going to be kicking and screaming, not because he lost the election. Donald Trump is not going to be upset about losing the election. He is going to try to make sure that nobody talks him into running again. I do not believe that Donald Trump wanted to be president when he ran for office. I believe Donald Trump wanted to boost his ratings for his TV show. And here's to you, coffee. And I believe that just as he has done everything he could to try not to get elected in the beginning, I think throughout his presidency, he has tried to not get reelected. Now, in Donald Trump's favor, I'm going to say this. I'm going to give Donald Trump a compliment. Every single thing that Donald Trump has done this far, every single thing he has done thus far, except for maybe putting up some of the fence down south, every single thing Donald Trump has done can be undone by a court. Donald Trump made sure that he has not done any single thing that would permanently hurt America. Donald Trump, to me, is like pro wrestling. You've got two guys in the ring, battling it out, fighting. They are making the audience think that they hate each other's guts. They're breaking somebody's arm. They're stomping on their leg, all this stuff. And then after it's all said and done, they go to the hotel, they go to a restaurant, they have a steak together, and they talk about how great their match was. I think Donald Trump is being like that. Now, I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. Now, it's time for the fun and games to stop. America, like I said before, America might be an accidental country. We may not have meant to be here. I do not believe that this is where God wanted America to be, if America was to be at all. Well, for one, history records the Founding Fathers as being pro-God, when actually they were not pro-God, because they put, these things are self-evident, which means that you can see them. You did not have to go by faith that they exist, because the Founding Fathers said you can see them. These are inalienable rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident, which meant that the stuff within the documents of the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights were so visible you could actually you could reach out and touch them, and you could see that they were real. Now, today, we're not even 300 years old yet. How did we get this far off the beaten path? I don't get it. And a lot of Americans, and I'm not saying this is a cut down, but a lot of us Americans, we have a tendency to put ourselves on cruise control. And we take a nap as if we have somebody driving for us, like we have a limo driver, and we trust that the limo driver is going to go where we want it to go. We trust that the limo driver is going to do what's right by us, and therefore we can go back to sleep in the back of the limousine. Well, for a lot of Americans, the senators and the congressmen and women and the senators are limo drivers, and we are sitting in the limo, which is America, and therefore we feel comfortable enough to where we can fall asleep. And if we end up going someplace where we did not want to go, we will have a tendency to complain about it. We don't get rid of the limo driver. We just complain whenever the limo driver screws up and gets us in the wrong place. Logic would dictate that you need to get a new limo driver. So, how do we do that? We vote. We vote for the representative. Now, when I was in grade school, I was taught this, and this could be part of the Mandela effect. I don't know. If you've experienced the Mandela effect, you will understand what I'm saying. If you've never experienced the Mandela effect, you will not understand what I'm about to tell you. But when I was in grade school, I was taught that the Electoral College was only to be used in case the state had such a close race to to where they were like neck and neck, nose and nose, crossing the finish line, you would get the Electoral College to come in and vote to break the tie. That's what I was taught in grade school, but that's not the way it is. The Electoral College, you get so many people that vote for Democrat or Republican in your state, and the Electoral College, in theory, is supposed to give the vote for that state to either the Democrat or the Republican, whoever won that state. But the Electoral College does not have to do that. They can jump ship and vote for whoever they want. They can vote for, say Joe Biden got Pennsylvania, for instance. They won Pennsylvania, clear and fair. Pennsylvania does not have to give their Electoral College votes to Biden. They can give their Electoral College votes to Trump. They can do that. They can jump ship. They can break ranks and do that. But I do not see them doing that. Now, Trump can do this recount as long as he wants. He has till December 8th. He can draw this out. Now, if Trump is doing what I'm thinking he's doing, he's going to drag it out as long as he can to make his base happy, because Trump doesn't like to be not liked. Who does? Trump does not like to be not liked, so he's going to draw this out as long as he can. So therefore, he can say, I did the very best I could to stay in office, but the states gave it to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is the winner. Hopefully, people will think of how badly he accepted the nomination for president. I mean, he accepted the outcome for Joe Biden winning. I hope that they're going to remember how badly he had done and decide not to vote for him again in 2024. It is very possible that they might ask him to run again, but I don't honestly think Trump will do that. He's too old, and his show is gone, so he has absolutely nothing to promote anymore. He doesn't need ratings for his show. Now, I don't want people, if you're Democrat, I don't want you coming down on Trump if he does lose this election, which I believe that he already has. But if he officially loses this election, please do not come down on him or any of the Republicans. Do not make fun of them. Do not poke your finger at them. Be gracious and be honorable toward them. And say, America is important. Let us make America great. And if you are a Republican and you have won, please, please do not rub it in the Democrats' faces and make them feel horrible. Like I said, we're all American and we're all striving to go in the same direction on the same ship. So, having said that, I'm going to leave you with this note. Let us make America better tomorrow than it was yesterday by doing the very best we can today. If you like my videos, give me a big old thumbs up and a like and a subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, leave it in the comments below. I'm also going to get people that are going to thumb this video down. They don't care about the video. They're doing it because of me. And that's fine. There is no such thing as bad publicity. There is only publicity. So whether you like me or hate me, you're still taking notice of me. Anyway, hit the subscribe button right down here so you can be notified when new videos arrive. I'm going to let you go on this note. Have a good evening, America, and all points beyond.